Thank you, Dr. Nygren. Trustees, faculty and staff, family, friends, and graduates, good afternoon. I want to express how deeply honored and humbled I am to be granted this opportunity to speak in front of you all today. I want to try to begin to express my gratitude towards all of our teachers and faculty and administrators whom have spent countless hours to ensure our success through Wyoming Seminary and who have poured their hearts and souls into making us better and more civilized people. I also want to thank all of the friends and families both near and far from us today. I want to especially thank our parents. Our mothers and fathers have the most difficult job imaginable, that of parenthood, yet have granted us their unwavering love and support since day one. Mom and Dad, I cannot express how thankful I am for you both. Finally, and most importantly, I want to thank the class of 2014. You have all played such a significant and vital role in my life and have transformed me into the person I am today. So I thank you for your love, I thank you for your kindness, and I thank you for your friendship. I'm really not sure how I should feel today. 15 years is a long time to spend in one place, especially out of school. But whether you are a lifer or a postgraduate, our time at Wyoming Seminary has undoubtedly been formative. I know this to be extremely true for me. In fact, one of my greatest fears is that some members of this audience can remember what I was like 15 years ago. It was my very first day of school when I walked up to, or rather, my mother carried me, kicking and screaming and crying my eyes out, onto the porch of the little white house down at the lower school. After 10 minutes of bitter argument and struggle at my refusal to even enter the building, we returned home, my mother concerned about whether I would need to even wait a year before entering school. However, the next day, a much more docile Andrew approached the porch, still too timid to mingle with the other kids inside. Nevertheless, my new teacher, Mrs. Fibus, probably under the impression that my parents had administered a hefty dose of tranquilizers to me that morning, finally got me inside the building. Thus, my years at Wyoming Seminary began. My time at the lower school came and went, but it was not until we entered high school that the challenges, changes, and exposures of the upper school made us all the people that we are today. During our time as freshmen, most of us chose to stay close to people whom we felt safe around. We operated as a class not yet comfortable with each other or ourselves. We searched for havens full of people like us. Lower schoolers shared the experience of moving into a bigger place. International students shared a common struggle of what not to do in just a new school, but a new country, and every single one of us simply tried to discover our passions and desires in life. We needed this zone of safety full of others who shared common interests or goals. We were innocent, we were naive. We were excited at all the new opportunities presented to us. We looked up to Omid. We learned the hard way to never use the reply all button in response to an all-school email. Nevertheless, everything seemed great. Then sophomore year came by. We returned to the school with names to our faces. We still had a great deal of learning to do, but we were slightly more willing to take risks and were more confident in our actions. And I don't just speak of confidence in terms of how outgoing we were. I, for one, still suffered from cardiac events every time I had to interact with girls or visit Mr. Siff in his office. But I speak of a confidence we gained in our own individual characters. Because this confidence did not come as naturally to some of us as others, we remained a class still unfortunately segregated by preconceptions of who we thought we were, still unaware of who we actually wanted to be. I think I speak for most of us when I say that junior year was somewhat miserable. We had to manage course loads wrought with AP classes, Saturday mornings ruined by the SAT and ACT, and college counselors talking to us about something called naviance that we really didn't know about. We simply didn't have the time or the energy to be ourselves. The unbearable load of the college process made sure that we were projecting the people that colleges wanted to see, not the people that we actually were. So it was not until our senior year, now, that we were finally able to push aside our obligations and roles to operate not as 120 students with different interests and different values, but as the class of 2014. Looking back upon our freshman year, I realized that while things might have seemed great then, our lives are clearly much brighter. Look around yourselves now and understand and appreciate all of the friends and experiences you have had that you never would have imagined possible as an underclassman. It was always understood that we were a highly talented and gifted group of kids, but it took me 3.5 years to begin to truly relish and appreciate it. This winter, when all of my original college hopes evaporated before me, I was devastated and began to question why it was that I came to SEM if not to prepare myself for the college admissions process. Now, however, looking back upon the last 4 years of my life, I am reminded by you all that I have not wasted a single moment of my time. And while this may be difficult for some of us to agree with, there is no doubt that although we are not as good as we could be, and although we are not as good as we should be, because of each other and because of our time at Wyoming Seminary, we are better than we used to be. Now it is our turn to leave the bubble of Wyoming Seminary. Although this journey, like most, must come to an end, look at all the opportunities that have resulted from our experiences and lessons at SEM. While we must now say goodbye to friends and teachers so dear to us, understand that where we are all going, we will meet new, exciting people that will only enrich our lives further and build upon the lessons that we have learned during our time here in Kingston. If there is one thing that we must take away from the opportunity to be at Wyoming Seminary, it's that no matter where we are in life and no matter what we are doing, we owe it to every single person who has helped us on our ways as much as ourselves. Just remember that so many people believe in you and me and have invested so much in helping us to succeed. It is up to us to understand this and to embrace this and to take advantage of all that we have been given. I have one hope for all of us graduating today, that we never get so busy with our studies and so caught up with our work and so set on making a living that we forget to make a life. I know that every single one of our futures will be full of hard work and commitment, just as the past 4 years have been. But if I have one regret in high school, it is that I did not begin to enjoy myself outside of my studies sooner. So let us take action. Every single thing that we have done is a result of our taking action. We will always have the choice to either control our lives actively or to be the passive victims of circumstance. Let us never hold any regrets, and let us never leave ourselves and our lives up to chance. Let us always have dreams, and let us always have a goal and a next step. Let us never rest and be content with where we are, because there will always be a better place for us as long as we are willing to work for it. Let us always observe the world around us, and let us never shy away from helping others, as we will ultimately be helping ourselves. Let us be happy with who we are and with what we are doing. We will never please every single person that we meet, so let us focus on ourselves and our actions, and our successes will follow. So here we are, soon to receive our diplomas. I'm still not entirely sure how I should feel at this point. I'm excited, yet I'm nostalgic. I'm hesitant, yet I'm ready. But most of all, I'm happy. I'm happy that I was able to cross the threshold of the porch of the little white house and to enter into my career at Wyoming Seminary with you all. I'm happy to have had such a positive experience here at the upper school. I'm happy that I had the opportunity to spend time with each and every one of you. I'm happy to know that there is no other group of people whom I would rather have spent my high school years with. It has been an honor and a privilege to be your classmate, and I look forward to each and every one of our successes in life. Thank you, and congratulations. Cheers.